fans, and welcome. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the long ball beasts and the Boston Red Sox. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about set to go. Joining the slab in today's game, Tanner Houck. What's the word on him?
Great sinker. Although it's not his primary pitch, it's really a pitch that he can go to, misses the barrel of the bat, gets ground balls, and lets the defense work behind it.
Now it's the shortstop, Derek Jeter. The wind of the pitch. That's in for a strike at 95. And we are underway. Going 2 now. Squeeze through that one. It's a strikeout.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner. When with 2 strikes, you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error. But some way, you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Williams now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing a high fly ball down the right field line, and no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. 1 out, base is empty. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit.
Everything came together for him. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good.
Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Good steal a second right there, and now the table is set for the middle of this order to drive in the first run of this ball game. I like that they're trying to manufacture some offense early on.
Bounced up the middle. Rafaela. They get the tag on him, and that's the second out. All right, let's check out the imposing lineup for the long ball beasts. And Chris, they're not lacking for guys that can hit the ball over the fence.
And with that said, these guys have to be patient at the plate because the opposing pitchers are not just going to feed them fastballs down the middle. They're going to have to get deeper into counts and sometimes take the walks. But when they get their pitches, they don't usually miss them, and that's what I'm expecting to see here in this one.
Mark McGuire stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Two outs. No score yet, but a runner at third with 2 away. Headed down the line, and that's a foul ball.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
Here comes a pitch. Hard ground ball, base knock. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Swinging a foul straight back. One run across in the frame so far, and we're just getting started here in the top of the first. Breaking ball inside, and that is ball one. That one missed.
Well, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a...
Lays out, but he can't squeeze it to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. And here's the veteran outfielder, Larry Walker. And what a two-way player. Not just offensively, but as good a defensive outfielder as there is in the game.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
Kicks and deals. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Two on, 2 outs. And foul ball. Next pitch misses way outside.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than to have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
First and second, 2 down. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. The tag, and he's safe.
Just one of those at-bats you almost hate to see come to an end. There's nothing cheap about the way he got down and through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front. Didn't get under like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Now it's the veteran outfielder, Ryan Braun. And that's off the inside edge. Ball one.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
And the 1-0. He swings and drives one out to deep left field. O'Neal going back, up against the wall, and brings it in. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors, and a couple left on. On to the bottom of the first. The Beasts on top 2-0. Back here with my pal Siggy, and our starting pitcher here today, number 49. Chris, what are you looking for from him?
Well, the hammer is in effect, and he sets it up so nicely because of the velocity on the fastball. Will elevate that and then break you off when he's ahead in the count. What I love about him, you get into the later innings of the ball game, and the velocity seems to go up.
Bottom of the first. Here's the center fielder, Jarren Duran. Loffer to right field, way back, gone. He'll touch them all, and they're on the board. It's 2-1.
Well, there goes the shutout. Just like that. They're still behind, but this is a start. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early, he saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
Here's Tyler O'Neill. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Ground ball to the right side, and it goes just foul. O'Neill, a former Gold Glove winner, 28 years old, and he's usually in right, today starting in left. A wide to kick the pitch. Swings through that one for strike two.
Or if I was to break it down and make it simple, I would say right field's kind of a chill spot compared to left field. Left field's that second corner, in my opinion.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. That one fouled off. Next one misses, and 1-1. That's a strike.
The order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Righty delivers. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, you could tell he wasn't expecting that ball to break back in on him. He may have been looking for something away, maybe something soft, but that slider on the inside corner absolutely frozen.
2 outs, base is empty. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Braun makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. And the home team down a run. You're dialed into the show. And we're back. And here's the catcher, Joe Mauer. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. Left-hand batter waits.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game.
Lifted in the air, right center field. On his way over, he's got it, and there's one down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Here's the veteran second baseman, Chase Utley. Just missed.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. You can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
One down, base is empty. And down on strikes he goes. That's the second out.
Well, that's a pitch, that slider from an opposite-handed pitcher that you usually see very well. But for some reason, he didn't pick it up, and it just kind of got into the strike zone late. Gave up on it a little bit early.
Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Sends it across the first, third out, and that ends the frame. Nothing across here this half. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. The Beasts out front here, 2-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now batting Tristan Casas. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Foul ball there. and on base to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Masataka Yoshida up next for the Red Sox. First pitch just misses. And the right-hander deals. Another takes off. Rolls across the diamond. No chance of the double play with the runner in motion.
The right field.
Here's the rookie right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
Listen, there's absolutely no reason to pitch to this guy right here. You nibble, you see if he'll expand his zone, but don't give him anything to hit. If you walk him, not a big deal. You have a double play opportunity set up.
The 1-0. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Williams makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Batting in. The catcher. Connor.
So digging in, Connor Wong. In there at the knees. Man on second, 2 down. And that's outside. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. 1 left for the Red Sox, and our score remains 2-1. New inning getting started. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Bernie Williams.
It's never a fun experience for a pitcher going against Williams. He can swing it from both sides of the plate and make you look silly doing it.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And it's gone. He sends one out the opposite way. It's 3-1. He sent the first pitch over the wall.
Must have dinner reservations because he wasn't wasting any time at the plate in that at bat. That pitch looked like the splitter, but normally doesn't stay that high in the zone. The bottom falls out, at least to bring it home. That one just stayed up, and with that kind of velocity, it's going to get hit really hard, as it did right there.
And the batter now, Adrian Beltre. Right through there for a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone.
Well, it looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
And a base hit up the middle.
The first base is number 21.
Mark McGuire digs in now. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boo. Light tower power?
that's right. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The pitch. And ball 1.
He's been trying to tease the zone with that slider, but these hitters have showed patience, not going outside the strike zone.
In the air, left field. O'Neill grabs it on the run.
The back number 34, David Ortiz.
Here's some real power at the plate. David Ortiz reached on an infield single his first time. And a good eye there. Now move to first. Beltre back on a dive. And a pitch. And another ball.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
And a foul ball. Makes the count 2-1. Man at first, one away. Here goes the runner. Pitch outside. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal the base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Man at second. Fouled off again. And it remains 3-2.
Always having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Left-hand hitter waits. Downstairs, and it misses, ball 4. It wasn't easy, but he earned that walk after a long at-bat.
I don't think you really wanted to pitch to him right there anyhow.
Now it's the power-speed combo. Larry Walker singled and drove in a run his first time through. Slap the other way, foul. 1 out. Runners at first and second. Right through there for a strike. That one ripped. That's back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
The left field number 8.
That's a really nice job right there. Great awareness, making the catch up against the wall. You see the perfect technique, feeling for the wall with the bare hand while keeping his eyes on the baseball as it's coming down, his glove in a good position to make the catch. That's exactly how you do it.
And now here is Ryan Braun. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1. And there's a breaking ball that drops in there.
Well, I know they've gotten out to an early lead, but you don't want to take these opportunities for granted. With 2 outs, still lock in with a quality at bat, drive in that run. You may not have another runner in scoring position the rest of this ball game.
And strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. 2 outs, couple of base runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, that one in the dirt. Wong down to first with it in time. Nicely done to get out of the jam. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. Back after this on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now, Zidane Rafaela. The right-hander back to work. There's the strike.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
The 0-2. That one drilled left field. Back there. Back. Gone. He sends a rocket to left. It's 3-2.
That's a great way to fire up this crowd. They're feeling it now. Great hands and wrists working on that swing. That breaking ball down and away. He was able to get to it. Didn't break too soon. Barrel comes through the ball, and he hits it a long way. Nice job.
So the Red Sox lineup turns over. Now batting Jarren Duran. He's already homered here in this one. Ball one there. The line of the pitch. Swing and a miss as he was late.
With the big bats coming up and a home run already surrendered, he's really going to have to execute against these next couple of batters.
And another ball. On the ground to third, and that's just foul. The Beasts leading by a run here in the last half of the third. Check swing, now an appeal to third. And that's a swing, according to umpire Matthew Ross. Tyler O'Neill getting ready to hit. His first at bat was a strikeout. Bounce to third, and it's through for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Apparently he was ready to hit right there. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Man aboard, and here is Devers. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. The pitch. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He muscles that one out the opposite way. It's their second home run of the inning, and that gives them a lead. It's 4-3. That's their third home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. A slider right down the middle of the plate. It's like slow motion for a hitter. You're just licking your chops, waiting for it to arrive, and you want to hit it a long way, and he did.
So one out, nobody on. Here's Trevor Story now. And base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Now, no no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one into the left, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Check on the runner. Story back into the dive. Got the back on too soon. It's strike two.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
That one at 95 missed up top. Going to count 1 and 2.
Ball, that's out.
Still only 1 out here in the inning. Spoils that one, and it remains 2 and 2. Right-hander kicks, deals. Goes down looking for the strikeout. Couldn't pull the trigger on a fastball at the knees. Here now the Red Sox DH. Masataka Yoshida grounded out his first time up. And a foul ball. Two outs. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-3 ball game. Start of the 4th. And now the catcher comes up to him. Joe Mauer. Out. Back to work. And there's a foul ball. Mauer goes 6 feet 5 inches, 26 years old. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Next pitch is outside. Kicks and fires. And another ball. And downstairs. Outside, and that is ball 4.
It's tough after falling behind a hitter or 2 balls and no strikes, but now at least he gets a fresh start against a new batter, but he needs to get back into the strike zone and start pitching with conviction.
In the box now, takes strike 1. Swing and a chopper. Off balance feed, there's 1. Oh, first safe.
Tough play right there. Didn't really have enough time to set his feet and make a strong, accurate throw. Had to rush it, but he got it off and he got it there in time to get that out at second base.
Derek Jeter now at the plate. Moving to first, and he's saved. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
I think you want to get a one-way lead, be very aggressive in the secondary. This hitter not a power guy, so you want to make sure that you can get some length on the secondary lead and perhaps score a ball in the gap.
The Beasts trailing by a run, top half of inning number 4. Roll to short, possible 2 ball. Off balance speed, there's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. So up next, Bernie Williams. He's already homered in this game. Line, and there's a base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Adrian Beltre, the next to hit, 1 for 2. Hard on the ground to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. So they strand a pair. On now to the bottom of the 4th. The Red Sox on top, 4-3. Bottom of the 4th. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu.
The right fielder.
Line and pitch. That's in there, and that is strike 1.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
And that one is in the dirt. 1-1. Nice through there for a strike. The pitch. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. Leaps at the wall, but can't haul it in. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. Safely into third with a leadoff triple.
Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
And stepping in for Boston, Connor Wong. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. And a foul ball.
You know, these Red Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so...
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Comes through with the RBI. I can watch base hits like that one all day long, and so can every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So stepping in for Boston, Cedane Rafaela. That one finds the zone. Strike 1.
So they forced the starter to put in a lot of work, and they've been able to get to him for some runs. And hopefully that bullpen phone is working today.
Throw first. Wong dives back in safely. Here comes the 0-1. Just off the inside edge. Righty to the plate. And that one missing low.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
There he goes down looking. So the lineup flips over. And down to center fielder, Jarren Duran. Right back to the mound. Could be an easy 2. There's one. To first, not in time. Great effort there.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Here's the left fielder, Tyler O'Neill. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Right through there for a strike.
Dangerous spot for that slider right there. Didn't seem to quite finish out front and get that sharp break. Tell you what, he doesn't want to throw that pitch again.
That misses the zone, and now it's even 1-1. Red Sox by 2. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And 1-2.
He normally does damage on that pitch in that location. Just a swing and a miss there. I don't think you want to throw it again, though.
The 1-2. And another ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And there's a ball.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
And he grounds one to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 5-3. All set for the start of the inning. Here's a big power threat. Mark McGuire. The pitch. And a foul ball. And Elio 1. Ground ball up the middle, and that chance handled. Gathers and throws to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. David Ortiz will hit next. First pitch misses.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
One down, base is empty. That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. And he takes a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Right side, Casas. Steps on first for the out.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
Larry Walker getting ready to hit. Just missed.
Count 1-0.
Softly hit to third. He beats it out, and the tapper turns into an infield single.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw.
You know? Yeah, no question. So 2 down. Ryan Braun digs in now. That one fouled off. To the right side, Rafaela. And that is the inning. One hit, one left. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Red Sox lead it 5-3. And we're back. John Shelby three with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom five, Rafael Devers. And he deals. And that one just misses. A ball and no strikes.
You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
And 2-0 is in for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Way out front for strike two. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Here's Trevor Story.
Shortstop. Trevor Story.
Strike on the inside corner.
0-1.
And the righty deals. 3. 2 down.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Now, Tristan Casas. On the corner for a strike, 0-1. Two down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. Next pitch just misses. Now 1-2. Right side, hard hit. Gets it to first. Red Sox go 1-2-3. So they go quietly there. We're through 5. The Red Sox out front 5-3. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the catcher, Joe Mauer. The right-hander back to work. That pitch in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Boston's bullpen with some activity. Chris Martin, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Sims getting loose as well. And a pitch. And that one fouled off. That's a strikeout.
Really went aggressive in with that slider. Good 2-strike pitch right there. At worst case scenario, it's weak contact and exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
Now it's the second baseman, Chase Utley. There's a strike. One down, base is empty. Not close with that one, and that's ball 1.
If you're on the mound right now, you know you have to retire this hitter. If he gets on base, it could open up the floodgates for this offense to score some runs.
Breaking ball inside. 2-2. Lifted in the air down the left side, and that'll fall for a base hit. So the one-out hit turns the lineup over.
Hey, whatever works, right? Doesn't have to be impressive. Totally tied up with that inside pitch. Got to it late and deep in the zone, but he got the bat on plane enough to fight it off the other way.
Derek Jeter, the next to hit. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. And that one is in for a strike.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important at getting back into this ballgame.
0-1 down. Just missed. With the tying run at the plate, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Howard throws to first. Utley back in on a dive. And a pitch. Inside quarter for a strike. And it's 1-2. And that just misses.
Well, as a pitcher, when you make a big pitch down around the knees and don't get the call, it'll eat at you out there. So some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, when he get the call on the mound the pitch before, I felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But the odds good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
And the batter now, Ernie Williams. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a homer. Foul ball there. Here comes a pitch. The other way. Oh, he gloves it.
Make a great catch like that, it's all about timing the jump. His timing was perfect, excellent grab, and he comes down with it. The inning is over.
Back down for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Andy Pettit.
Bringing in the lefty with a left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
Now it's the DH, Masataka Yoshida. And the pitch. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1. Movement in the bullpen. Tom Glavine, the veteran southpaw, is getting ready to come on if needed. And that one's a little bit low. And the count is 2-0. And that's in for a strike.
2-1.
Kicks and deals. Oh, man, that smoked him on the mound. And they get the out after the ricochet. And now they'll hustle out to chip out him. That was quite a shot he took as they see it down on the knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
So digging in, Wilyer Abreu.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
That one ripped left field. Braun ranging back. Just shy of the wall.
Now, catcher,
Connor Wong up next for the Red Sox. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. That one's in there 0-1.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
The wind of the pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two down, nobody on. That pitch just misses the inside corner, and the count 1-2. And that keeps the inning going.
Up next, the second baseman, today, Rafaela.
And next for the Red Sox, Cedane Rafaela. He blasted one out earlier in the third.
Just a solo home run, but an important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
And first offering is fouled off. What about playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Strike to the outside corner, and the count is 0-2. And he hits a ground ball right side, fires over to first. Inning over. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left. Seventh inning coming up. Boston's out in front, 5-3. Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Chris Martin.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
So digging in, Adrian Beltre, 1 for 3. The pitch. Fouled off. He was late. Martin, in his 7th season, he features a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, a splitter, a sinker, and he works in a slider. And a foul ball. And the right-hander deals. Close, but called the ball. 1-2 to count. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Mark McGuire. And there's a foul ball. The Red Sox leading by 2 here in the top half of inning number 7. To the right side, and that one handled. And 2 away to start the 7th. Now it's going to be David Ortiz. And that's off the inside edge. 1-0. 2 out, space is empty. Ground ball, Casas. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. 3 up, 3 down that time. 7th inning stretch time. The Red Sox lead it 5-3. Bottom of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Jarren Duran.
The center fielder,
The lefty fires.
It's a good speed at the top of the order here. You want to get it on, see if you can get a stolen base, maybe get around the bases and pick up a run.
Fastball for a strike. And it's 0-2.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
That's hard hit on the line. Walker pulls it down. One away.
Now back. Left field. Tyler.
Now the number 2 hitter, Tyler O'Neill. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Now he catches the corner for a strike.
Backdoored him with a breaking ball. Just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Nope,
A
that's
little bit
wrong.
low. The 1-1. Back to the mound. It hit him. On the run, sends it over to first. And O'Neill is retired. And now the hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
2 out, space is empty. And stepping in for Boston, Rafael Devers. That one well upstairs. Ball 1. And a swing and a miss.
Going to really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Next offer in there for a strike. 1-2.
Been a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down 2 could give their lineup a real opportunity to just grind their way back into this game with a few.
Now that's strike 3 and the 3rd out. So we take a break. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. Then it remains 5-3. Liam Hendricks out of the bullpen.
Number 3. Liam. Hendricks.
And now the right fielder, Larry Walker.
The right fielder, Larry Walker.
And here comes. That one a little bit high. Ball 1. That's a little bit low. At the belt and fires. Smoked on the ground a second. Whips it to Casas. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
The bat. The left fielder, Ryan.
Stepping in, Ryan Braun. 0 for 3. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. That one finds the zone. 1-1. Good eye on that spot. That's the 3rd. Devers. 2 up, 2 down here at the top of the 8th.
Now catcher, Joe.
2 out, space is empty. Now a chance for Joe Mauer. A strikeout and a walk. There's a strike. Two outs. This one popped up. And that is that. Offense held in check there. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. The Red Sox out front 5-3. And we're back. The batter will be the shortstop, Trevor Story. Headed back to work. And first offering is fouled off. The line to kick the pitch.
Ball.
activity in the bullpen. Brian Wilson, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. Then getting cranked up as well. Bounce to the left side. Beltre to first, and Story is out.
Now first base.
Tristan Casas will hit next. And that one off the outside edge. Late with the swing there.
Ball, one strike.
Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. Out. Number 2.
He was able to execute the perfect pitch for that situation. I've been pounding him with fastballs, and then all of a sudden, pulls out the changeup and has good enough command to make it competitive. Tell you what, varying speeds like that to a hitter can be really, really effective. And right there, you can tell that hitter was just overmatched. As a left-handed hitter, you kind of expect that breaking ball from the lefty, so you just want to track it and get an idea because you know it's going to come into play later in the at-bat.
Just off the outside edge. Get it to 1-1. And another ball.
You got 2 balls,
2 down, nobody on. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a high fly ball down the left field line, but hooking foul. And the 2-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. Adam looking. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Kenley Jansen on to try and close it out for the Red Sox.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy good. One of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Digging in, Chase Upley.
The second baseman, Chase Upley.
The pitch. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. Fastball catches the corner at the knees.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
And a 1-1. That misses off the outside edge. Left-hand batter waits.
That's ball 3.
That's in there. 3-2 now. Payoff pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Outside, and that is ball 4.
They're not ready to go home quite yet.
So the batting order turns over. Derek Jeter getting ready to hit. Ripped to first. Dives to the bag. Got him. Double play. So they're down to their final out. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Bernie Williams. Right through there for a strike. Red Sox leading it by 2 here at the top of the ninth. Jansen is just 1 strike away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2. Wouldn't chase that time. The pitch. That one almost got him.
2 strikes.
Right through there, got him. And that wraps it up for this afternoon.
We're going to talk about this game for a long time. Stories about battling against legendary players and winning. I have a feeling their future grandchildren are going to hear about this game. And who knows how much truth will be left in those stories at that point.
A 5-3 final score in this one. Kenley Jansen picking up the save. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
The final line for this afternoon's ball for the victorious Boston Red Sox. 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They led 4 runners on base. For the Bees, 3 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They led 8 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 7 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.